Good morning, folks. It's 8:12 a.m. on the 5th month, 25th day, 2025. I'm looking at here is the gusts of wind that are about to be impacting the Adelaide area here over the next 24 hours. And this is about 18 hours from now. The system moving across the bight is going to move inland and spit its water in. So we're going to go over that a bit. At New Zealand, at the same time, you get batch one. You got two very severe, very windy, bad situations coming. Yours is imminent, so I'll cut you first. It's 108 km an hour wind gusts. I'm saying gusts. Sustained winds is a different thing, but the gust is what topples the trees. It topples people off of roads, drives them down mountainsides. Truckers beware, high-sided vehicles beware. This is not going to be a day to be out on the roads. Even with the sustained winds of over 30 and 40 kilometers an hour, it's nothing to shake a stick at because you're going to have a hard time holding that stick. So I'm going to go through this now. Even out in the center, this very well-organized storm out in the bight, very, very high winds. Okay, so I'm going to go over that. And the water is now going to start to come inland to Western Australia. And I'm going to go over that. So without further ado, let me show you the doo-doo. Is it in? Yeah, yes, good. But sometimes it cuts it off. So I'm just going to run this now. I'm going to do my yakins. Way to go. I signed that pandemic treaty. Well, just give Bill Gates your wallet and be done with it. New Zealand says, no, well done, New Zealand. A bunch of oligarchs rule over you. They want to be kings. King Corpo. Yeah, look at that coming in over there, Western Australia. I gave you plenty of warning. It's not like you were going to see an organized system. You're just seeing a tendril's been dropped on you. It's pretty easy to see the beams that do these things. Yeah, when I look up here at Broom, you see this line I'm drawing here. Watch that little circle that pops up here at the end. See this? That's a guiding line. So when stuff comes in, it shaves along this curve here. Yeah, I could do the zoom bit thing for you. Why not? That should give me that last screen. That's right. See this here? Let me get the pen out. See this arc? It's in an arc, actually. You have a station right here, and it's pulsed. Okay? It shut this corridor down. There's also a pulse that comes across the country like this. So as this comes in, it shaves the moisture in, and it's going to come across like this. You see this line right here? This other beam line here that came down here? It's going to hit that and slow down, and that's where the moisture is going to disperse a bit. And we know that this radars are on up here. Okay, so that's shut. So all flow has to come through here. Yeah, I saw the images you get. So I'm watching for how this disperses. I seen a beam coming up here, so most likely when the stuff comes here, it has to turn. So we'll be watching for that over the coming week. And that's how that works. They set the beams up to do these things. And they're rather large. Look at it affected up here. And it definitely beams would have exacerbated the situation that caused a larger quake in yesterday. Or was it the day before? I start to lose track. So many disasters, so little time. I'm going to shut Mimic down now because it's just using bandwidth. I'm going to keep running that now. That was like event one for you, New Zealand. It's going to come through fairly fast. It's going to be windy and fierce. I'm not expecting huge rain totals from that. There might be some localized heavy falls, but it's the system that's going to come after this one that I'm very concerned about. So as you get some 1-2 punches every few days, that beam is definitely going to be holding that system down low as it's going to wipe or move that tundra right over the top of you. And that's a bad moment. That's a bad moment. They're coming at about, let's see, if that's 8 a.m. your time there, it's about 10, 11 o'clock at night on Wednesday. And this is the overnight hours when the main impact of these winds. So it's going to be roaring while you're trying to sleep. And the mountainous things on the northern sides are going to cop it. Like Nelson area, water's going to run your way. The Tapau area, it'll run towards the northern sides of things because of the way the wind is directing stuff in and the way condensates will coalesce big enough to drop as the droplets coalesce, I should say, to get bigger. Oh, look, we get some snow over the Wankers over there, the Wanaka Wanka. Wankanakas. Yes, Wankanaka. I will play fun with your names. Why? Because you guys call me douche. So that's why. It's fucking odd. Yep, we'll have good fun with it. Oh, the Lord finally decides to visit you, New Zealand, right over the top of you. So if it goes to the north of the volcanoes, it fucks the Bay of Plenty. If it goes south, it fucks Hawke's Bay. So that I'm not agreeing with this until I have further data. But I'm really worried about another one that's also farming in common, because I've got a few to show you. Hello, Perth. Let me get to you now. Yeah, coming to you guys over in Perth during the overnight hours of Wednesday. You have this system coming in into the morning, let's say Thursday by evening hours, you're going to be impacted by this low. Okay, so I'm watching it. And you'll have another one coming in off the Indian Ocean that's out here, and it will be more of a direct impact for you. So I'll have to cover that for you as we move on in time. But it's not a whole shitload of water with it. But, you know, when your chem bombardiers can do this to your air at any time, you know, you can expect some rains. You know, this is aluminum hydroxide look. Yep. That's what this looks like. Milky sky. Prove me wrong. Look at all the chem bombs here. New South Wales is getting the old fucking coal treatment. Well, if they can't breed you out or burn you out, they will sicken you out. They will vax you out. Yep, sign that who? What do you think Forbes thought of that? Excellent. Profit margin from eyes. That means your currency should do good. Yeah. That's how you get rewarded by the International Monetary Fund and the WEF, the World Economic Forum. They'll adjust your currency if you kiss the corporate ass and sell your people up the river. And that's what they did to you this week. What a fucking shame. Yeah, that's my opinion. Like it or lump it. Do they make a special dance now for dancing on the graves of those who wish we were in one? Look at all the EMF here. Bzzz, getting fried, Onslow style. Yep, they're keeping up appearances there, Onslow. What do you think? Think Xmas is frying your ass? Because that's the biggest culprit, was right here where I'm pointing. See the straight line there? Follow it. Still here? Follow it. There it is. Follow it in the clouds, and you will see that their glitches are actually weather modification moves that influence cloud masses. Look at that big shit stripe there. Triangulate that pretty easy. And there's none one of these lines here, right? These black lines on the map. When I zoom in here, it's pretty definitive, this straight line. And if I had Mimic back up, I'd show you the beam that does these things. They're big. Weather modifier. What's this big green fucking glob here? Was it taking it just the right sun angle? Because that's possible. That's a weird one, huh? Or have they sprayed something in the sky and hit it with EMF and made it glow plasmonically? You know, Operation Sky Glow experiments, artificial auroras like we're seeing all over the world. Well, people don't want to see the chem bombs in front of their eyes like Evan's head over here, and they don't want to see that Lismore got sprayed like bugs, and they're gambling with the lives of the people over Casino, Alston Town. B-A-L-L is pronounced ball. Yeah, Ballina. It's Ballina. Ballina. You know, keeping up appearances. Is it bucket or bouquet? Yeah, a bunch of bouquets. Every Karaki, you're going to have to wipe your Karaki. East Karaki is just as clogged as West Karaki. Wood burn. It looks like somebody's burning the wood up there today. Look at this crap over here over in Winnipore. Holy shit. Wow, what a dirty Sanchez looking sky it is. Do not look up what the dirty Sanchez is. Do not Google that. You will not be able to know some things. These are chem bombs. These are not naturally occurring cloud formation. You are being sprayed by bugs, by people who signed a pandemic treaty that this kind of stuff will cause an illness that they can then blame a pandemic, lock your asses up, and sell you new product. Look at the shadow line created by this straight edge here. You think the plants in that shadow there got to grow very well today? Do you think they had good dentins? No, that's EMF like a motherfucker making a straight line like that. That's right. Like a motherfucker. So you better have headphones on. My work ain't for children's ears. Fuckity make fuck fuck. Put your headphones on. Children don't need to hear that they're chem bombing our skies and that their illnesses are being caused by the government and stuff, and that they vote for the people that do this. It's just that agree to this, because they're people that they own are owned, and they're taking backhanders, and they're living in big houses while you're living in a car, and then tell you may not live in your car because the government will get paid to house you somewhere where they can tell you, take the product of the WHO. Yeah, you're going to get a spiel from me today. I'm not too happy. I'm not anti-vax. I'm an abolitionist. Get it right. Look at the big vag space here. Yeah, sure, circulation should always have a triangle with chem bombs over a centering point with lines pointing at it. Lines pointing at it. Oh, this is setting up the heavy rains that are going to go all the way through into Balgo. Yeah, your Balgo is going to go deep today. So should I go back over there, or should I point out, is there a lake under here? See, this is like a lake effect. I tell you that lakes and rivers can blow out clouds, and they're not necessarily beams. There's a few of them that do this all the time. And one of them's over here, this valley. That's not a beam. It does it all the time. It's a natural effect of a valley and a river. And they're obviously flowing. Look at this chemtrail here. Would you look at the gilt? And that's going under that. So if that's an altitude of, let's say it's jet flying at 35,000 feet, and that's over the top of it, what's doing it? Not that jet plane. That jet plane just flew through the fallout of these clouds, and it made the trail just because the particles were there. The dust particles, as they call it, are really a nano dust. It is smart tech, and it's terriblenesses I'm seeing in our rain, and I'm seeing an aspergillus in the rain. So if he says that aspergillus is a big problem, you're hearing about it, well, it is. And I've been finding it on the nuts and seeds that you eat, vegan people, and it's suspected that there's a link to that in some of the autisms and ADHDs. But then again, if we blame that and don't blame all the food colorings and other things that somebody's liable for, or wait a minute, no, that's right, the vaccine manufacturers aren't liable. Yeah, laws got passed about that. Didn't Donald Trump sign that too? Yeah, he's here to save you. Bullshit. Yeah, I don't trust none of it. I'm happy to hear some things going on finally. You know, overturn the Cancer Acts of the late 1930s and early 1940s, and then natural health is free to do the science with stuff with their microscopes and then actually tell you what they suspect and find. Otherwise, we have to hide it in words like, it's killing parasite. You know, if the cancer industry hides the fact that inside every cancer cell is a parasite, and that parasites are killable, well, there goes their chemo scam, as I'm looking at another bullshit 666 up jump the devil cloud. And that's the number of the beast that's going to kill us. It's right in the sky in front of you. Here's one. So, hey, it's really bad weather coming your way. Look at this stuff out here that you're going to breathe, New Zealand, tonight. Look at this. This is the cam. Over the top of the penis insula over here. There's the entrance over here of the, I call it the sphincter. Yeah, it's the big wazoo over here as well. That's the wazoo. Yeah, that's the sphincter, and that's a sphincter. That's a venturi, actually. I put flow past that a certain way. I can suck air one way or the other. Flow down that side, sucks air through. Flow up that side, pulls it that way. It's basic venturi principle. Yeah, I use that when I judge weather. Cook Strait is closed. See that EMF? That's shut. No flow through there. That's blocked. You got a ship here. See these parenthesis looking signature right here. There's a ship right there. Learn to read the clouds. Hey, if you can read a river to find out how to navigate, you could read a cloud and figure out how to tell whether it's been geoengineered or not. Like all this shit here, my God. Isn't that horrendous? The poor animals that are breathing this in the ocean from the fallout. Every whale that comes up, its blowhole is filling with that. Are they getting pneumonias? Are they dying on our ocean floor, being covered up in the silts of our geofloods? It's a beamline, that. My God, did they spray you hard today? Now I know why everybody's coughing. We'll all be in our coffins soon. Tell you, we don't stop this shit and wake up and do something about it, gonna wake up dead. So I'm just going to keep rolling this, and then I'm going to have to kind of zoom over to New Zealand. And yes, East Coast sides, you get your separate. This is going to not be a fast show. It's not for children's ears. I keep saying this. Please honor that respect. Let's let them have some innocence back. You know, if you're buying garter belts and stockings for your kid to go to a contest, what the fuck is wrong with you? It's a sexual thing. It's something you may give it a wedding night to someone. You don't do that. Cuties, that's disgusting. I think we need to put an end to these children's beauty pageants, selling certain looking clothes for children certain ages. Come on. At what point did a 3-year-old need to look like a sex symbol? It's disgusting me. Hashtag exposed to 28. You guys gotta do that shit. If you got politicians that hide their own names because they were fiddling about with children and underage people, and they require you to have certain certificates to work with certain people, you know, at-risk folks, then they need them told. I want every one of them to get one. And I want everyone in this truth community that's running daycares to have one too. I can easily have one. Why? Because child trafficking is rife and trust is less. Now, this is where you get fucked, New Zealand. This is the storm I'm worried about the most. Yeah, this is going to be a very well-organized system. I'm expecting wind gusts from this one exceeding 120 kilometers an hour. KMS. Yeah, I'm actually gave it to you in kilometers this time. There's your winds. This is sustained winds. Right? This is what just comes. And it hits the corner over here like, oh gosh, what's this? The Penzance, Wellington, and this. Will this be the time it ships off? It's not 2025. It's not July yet. Oh, that's sustained winds. That the ferry will not be running on that day. Well, that's overnight hours. Hey, this is not a good one. Look at the gusts. This is what worries me the most when I see wind gusts like this inland. Like, these are big passes. And there's people I know live in community stuff, and their lodging is very fragile. And I'm worried some of their roofs are going to come off or be blown down. And this is the day I worry about. This is not to be taken lightly. It's not oneness to see a 111 kilometer an hour geostorm bashing the island of people that I love. I have a feeling I have some ancestors in your hills. And in the hills of this entire planet. Because I have an affinity to you guys. So you get no whining. You don't let your guard up. Right? Now, of course, give you forecast as that's coming. And that's going to be the dregs or whatever happens in Ice. That's all the way into next month. You have time. You're not really, because you got one after the other. You'll have about a 3-day break between this batch here and that other one. And it's not to be taken lightly. These are your wins. That's why I ain't always as worried about it. This is not to be taken lightly. And it's on the 30th. So you batten down the hatches. I don't want to see nobody with an umbrella down by the shore. Say, oh, Mary Poppins, y'all. Because, no, it's not cool to be called that. Yeah, I love that line. So, accumulations. Hello. During that particular event, like I said, I wasn't as concerned about the accumulations. You know, 110 seems like light news these days. But when you do the whole everything that keeps coming, you got this batch now. Then you got that batch, leading to a very, very, very soggy area. There's no nice way to show you this. So I'm just showing it. There's 170 cents. I'm thinking it's going to be more like 20. Yeah. But they're coming in different batches. It's like, welcome, my friends, to the rain that never ends. Yeah. Voted on at conferences we're not allowed to attend or go inside. Go inside. Look at the map and you will see the show. Geoengineering. Toxic air blows. Yes, it blows. Look where we got some snow. What a fucking shape. I'm getting upset. I'm getting pissed off. So let me roll this somewhere. Now for you people in the north up here, let's give you guys a shot. Because, you know, it's not nice to see that, right? You know you're getting the wets. So wet, so moist. Wet for Rocky. We know it ain't going to get wet up here. Because the radars have been put on really hard right now. Actually, that has to be a second event from this line north. because the Raiders have cut a lane. Let's roll. Let's roll that beautiful beam footage. You got time. Time is on your side if you're on the East Coast. But time is up for the wicked glitch of the West is riding her broom over broom. Yep, there's been a chemomination over the nation of Chemstralia that of the side of which even God is going, damn. And you could say goddamn to stuff because that's not in vain. I want him to damn this. Damn it, God. Damn this program. Damn this geoengineer. Damn that Paris Agreement. Damn the WHO. Damn. Damn him. And that's not in vain because I want that to happen. And I'm going to assist. Yes, I'll push the car. If God might put the wind behind me a little bit, that would be nice. You don't need wind beneath your wings when you're in free fall, I'll tell you that. Going ground eventually, all of us. Go with a bang. Look at the lightning show you guys get. Yeah, it's following that mapped out line of the EMF from the Mimic pretty closely. Stretching the tendril out the ball go because it can't go much west because of that big beam. Oh, they're mixing the air now. Here come. I want you to have some pappy farts to go with your Bali fart. Yeah. And then those two things will mix and you get Bali fart skies. That kind of creek. And then it spread the moisture out and she comes across. Just throw the tundra out there. Let's moisten up the ground over there. Let's wet the mud. And Charlieville gets it. Yes. Watch. And this should start to get a little more organized as we heading into the 29th. Because pressure's telling me that this one's on the move toward that. And when that moves, she bloops. And when she bloops, she throws a low. When she throws a low, it'll be off the coast. When that tendril is reaching, she'll put a bubble on. Wonder what day they decide to do it. This is the fuckery for you. You see that? See that, Perth? Hi. Yeah, you want some wind? Have it. Want some gusts? Have it. Yeah, I'm not too happy for you guys, but as we get more closer to the date, I'll give you a more accurate look at that. Because the EMF and the chem are gonna tell it all. I don't use lunar maps 18 years ago's forecast and rerun it. I even though I very often see correlations. I just use actual, what do I see today? Is it chemi? Is it clear? Is it busty? Bzz, bzz, or is it clear? Where are the heated outflow lines? Where have they mimicked mountain ranges and lift places? Where have they mimicked a hilltop? Where have they mimicked a spire? You know, land features have a lot to do with wind flows and water flow. You see that? Then we heading towards you, man. I'm not happy to have been the one to show you this. The fuckery is full. The call is on. The boys are gonna get windy down here. I'll tell you that too. You guys ain't gonna. You're gonna have a very, very gusty day coming, very soon, very soon. So I'm gonna go over that for my folks down there in Adelaide. We're gonna gust out here. You don't want to be in a sailboat. I'll tell you that. This is not the week to do the Bass Strait crossing. Okay? No, we do not. The white mark will be your sail upon the waters with a broken mast. Especially if you got one of the New Zealand team masts that broke. Oh. Yeah, I like watching the Catamaran Grand Prix sailing. That's just, it's exciting. Look at the winds out here on the island. Is this Kangaroo Island? Bivone Bay. Your shack is going to be really, really shaking. You'll be in the shaky shack for real. Like, we're not talking like Greece. We're talking getting studded without being asked. They've got chem bombs that are multiplying, and the fallout is out of control. Oh, white powder's accumulating by the hours. Gotta take another shower. We better fucking wake up, before we wake up dead. Listen to these fucking winds, man. This is 36 hours of the winds, and we're talking, you didn't even get a can of beans on this one. Yeah, the wind is, to me, is going to be the biggest story of this storm. Yep. The EMF fuels it all. Isn't that a weird look? Almost like the Batman logo. Na 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 na. Bastards. Harry, bastard. Very well organized, very windy, gusty event. Very wet, windy, not nice to report. Not nice to have to show. That you've been sprayed like bugs over the entire East Coast. Look at this, Lismar. Like you have enough mold problems breathing? Can we have some sunlight to dry some of the mold out, please? Or is the geoengineering governance and all this just purely designed as a strong arm of the pharmaceutical, industrial, military side of killing people off? And I think we're being killed off. Prove me wrong statistically. And it's a sad feeling to have. And we're going to fix this shit. Why? Because we are the vote. We are the people. We are the many. They are the few. And the will of the many can definitely trample the oneness of the few that force their oneness on us. And if you think this is a naturally occurring cloud formation, you are wrong. Completely wrong. This is geoengineering, and it's about to fuck your island, New Zealand. Batten down the hatches. The big bad wolf is coming to town. Don't give him the basket. That is all.